Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Blue Moon Digital Brainiacs. My name is Matt O'Rourke, and today I'm going to be walking you through the steps you should take to ensure a virtually seamless site migration. Before we get started, let's clarify what we mean when we talk about a site migration. Site migrations come in all shapes and sizes, and the underlying theme is that they all involve a significant change to the URL structure of your site. So that can be a number of things. Changing domains, moving to a different content management system, or CMS, significantly changing the structure of your site's hierarchy, moving content from a subdomain to your root domain, and several others. Site migrations pose a real threat to sustaining your performance in natural or organic search, so it's important to cover all of your bases before moving forward. Think of it like moving. Sure, moving is not the most fun thing in the world when you're doing it, but it's usually exciting and full of new opportunities. When you move from one place to somewhere new, one of the things you do is sift through your belongings and pack what's important and discard the things that don't suit you anymore or that you simply don't want. Maybe it's finally time to get rid of all those t-shirts you have from your undergrad that you haven't worn in the last 7 years. Similarly, once you get to your new place, you're going to want to find some things to make it feel like home, or maybe some upgrades, like a nice big new comfy couch. Site migrations are no different. You have to first figure out what is important to take with you, and then make sure that the upgrades you are making are done the right way. Okay, so let's start by packing up for our move, figuring out what's important to take with us, and making sure that it gets there. Imagine how much of a bummer it would be to move across the country, get to your new house, and then realize that you left all the boxes full of family photo albums in your old home, which has now been torn down by the new owners who want to use the land for a chicken farm. Same thing goes with migrating a website. You don't want to move to a new site and then realize that all the reputation and authority that your brand has built up is still left back at the old site. So make sure that you move every piece of important content. If you're struggling to figure out what is important, take a look at your analytics. Are people visiting these pages? How are they getting to these pages? Once you've copied everything over to the new site, you'll need to set up a complete redirect plan. This is kind of like labeling your boxes for kitchen and living room and master bedroom before you put them into the truck. Redirect every old URL and all of its variations to the new site so that search engines and users will be able to find the content. Assuming this move is permanent, make sure you use 301 redirects. This should help to ensure the impact in organic rankings is minimal and short-term. If you decide that there's some old content that you won't be taking with you to the new site, it's still important to consider the best way to handle those URLs. If there's an upgraded version of the content on the new site that you think serves the same purpose for site visitors, redirect it. If the content is old and musty and serves no purpose for your business anymore, there's a couple of options. You can redirect all of it to your new and improved homepage, or you can let it return a not found 404 error. If you go the 404 route, make sure you have a nice and pretty 404 page that gives users a chance to navigate to a section of your site that they will find useful. Redirects are by far and away the most important part of a site migration, but they aren't all you and your team need to think about. Before you flip the switch on the new site, here are a few other things you'll want to make sure you have. XML sitemap from your old site that you can submit once the new site is live. This will give Google a chance to see all those fancy redirects you put in place and help index the new site faster. Webmaster Tools verification for the new site if you're moving domains. And an XML sitemap for the new site, submitted to your Webmaster Tools account. We also recommend taking the time to set up your new website with all the SEO 101 types of things, page titles, descriptions, header tags, and so on, before you launch it. Think of this as arranging all the furniture and hanging things on the wall before you have a housewarming party. Once you get to your new house or new site, you're going to realize that there are still some things that need fixing after the move. Keep an eye on your analytics and Webmaster Tools reports to identify issues with the crawlability of the new site and traffic drops before they get out of hand. Site migrations, like moving, are tedious and time-consuming. By paying attention to the details and planning ahead, you can make sure that the pain is short-term and the impacts on your livelihood are minimal. Last but not least, if you don't feel like you have the expertise, time, or desire to handle the move yourself, you can always hire some movers. Or, in this case, a team of SEO experts who have moved a few sites in their days. Good luck!